executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Here come the Irish back on offense. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Now on second down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. From the gun, the ground game. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Timeout called by the defense, 29 seconds to go. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? Got it looking for a first. And he's brought down after a nice game. And that was one the offense needed and the defense had to have, and they could not get the stop.
And the gamble by the head coach and play caller pays off. Of course, if that's incomplete, it stops the clock. So they needed to have it. Great execution at a time where it was so critical.
Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make the playoff. Big feather in the cap, big day for them.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. It's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. The give from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fakes to grab. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Quickly to the tight end. There he goes. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. They go to the wide receiver screen. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge 3rd down coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. This game right now is sort of still in the balance. And after a long drive by the offense on 3rd down, the defense able to make a play, get a hit on the target, knock it loose for an incompletion. And now it's decision time if you're on offense. What do you do here on 4th?
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on 4th down, but the consequences are that now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
Looking downfield, it's West. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out, he had multiple catches from the running back position. They're going to try to get that established in this game.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Here we go. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Keeps looking downfield. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. play. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Looking down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
They'll give it to the back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. It's complete on the right side. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Third and short now from their own 48. The offense changing the play. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's West. And the missed connection on third down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
And the Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the second level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's second and 10. Fires it incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic.
Picked off. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Using the quick game. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths shot play. From the gun, running back gets the gift. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. To the ground. He's got it again. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Got a man. It's Clay. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking for a man. It's West. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
And the Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Makes one man miss. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the 2nd level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They marched the ball 51 yards for the score. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Bobo. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Wants to go up top on first down. And to throw it before he wanted. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. This time on target. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
Yeah, and no nonsense. I like it when you get downhill. You know exactly where the sticks are. I'm not trying to get a 20 or 30-yard gain. I got to get that first down. 3rd and 2, I'm going to be physical. Nice job by that running back.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Fires to the big fella. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
And listen, I know he just got rocked, but he held onto the football and got the first down. So when he can get up, when he has the strength to get back up, nothing to be worried about. Nice play, nice catch. Don't worry about that big stick. I got the first down. Signal that thing for me and celebrate.
This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his back in the middle. Ball down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Leaves it with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not, and if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
Wants to throw on third down. Throws to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Clemson jumps to the line. A first down run on the doorstep. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown. Oh, Methuselah.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Pulled and finds his man on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They'll line up for a second down play. Looking to pass. It's West. Just a short pass to the tight end. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
And that's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wide receiver going in motion. Now the play fake. Forced out of the pocket. Finds space on the right. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Really good play by this defense, and you know exactly what you're getting with this guy. Man, he is electric. He is dynamic. He'll make plays, so you got to do a good job of containing him in the pocket. And when he starts to scramble, chase from one side. Don't overlap with another guy. Nice job by the defense.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. With the catch, it's Clay. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
It'll be 3rd and long. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Plows through the defense. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
You know, it's funny because that play worked out well, so the offensive coordinator, he looks like a genius. But if it didn't work well, everybody's yelling, wow, that's a conservative call. What are you doing? It's 3rd down.
They're working that left side. He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front, too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have it.
He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Oh, he got loose. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, LSU.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking downfield on first down. Quarterback now breaking the field. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
He'll take the deep shot. Makes a grab along the left sideline for the huge gain. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. This offense thrives on those big, explosive plays, and that one has them set up with a 1st and 10 from the 17. They'll throw it from the red zone. Finds his big tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Real smart play. Great job. Get the positive yards and then get your booty out of bounds.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, time running short in the half. It's complete. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
Well, that was a huge touchdown late here in the 1st half for their confidence offensively. They want to be able to keep this thing close, obviously, or take the lead going into the 2nd half. So if they kick the extra point here, you tie it up. But you've also got the option here to be aggressive and try and take the lead with a 2-point conversion. We'll see what they do.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Just enough time for 1 final play of the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Past the 1st down marker and still running. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to start the 2nd half, and Clemson will kick it away. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball. There he goes! Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Leaves it with the running back. Turning it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. UCLA is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Southern California for some time. They're up by 18 over UNLV. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Oh, maybe a double pass. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out 1st downs on a penalty. Looking to throw on first down. Hauls it in.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And now on second down for this offense. Steps away to find some room. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. Oh, he's got some space. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback keeps it. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
Snapped it in the shotgun. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. Fired in from the red zone for the score. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air, it's West. Got it in the middle, it's Clay. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Now from the 36-yard line, it's first and 10. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
That's a really nice catch there, and I know LSU goes by the moniker of DBU, but you take a look at all the draft picks they've had in recent years, and with this guy and his talent, they may be getting consideration soon of joining teams like Alabama and Ohio State for wide receiver year. This guy is really good.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Gonna sling it on second down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Henderson. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Great job by the offense. Listen, the defense is going to sit back in zone. You know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
They'll run the screen. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On the ground, it's Proctor. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't full. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
To the air, it's West. Oh, they're after him. Still on his feet. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
You have got to have pass rushing lane integrity when you face this quarterback. On third down, someone gets out of his gap right up the middle. It's easy for the quarterback to see. He just tucks it and takes off and picks up the first down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown LSU.
That was a great example of a running back toting the rock with conviction. There's not a lot of time to hesitate. If you see a split second, you see a hole, you've got to hit it right now. Nice job by the RB there.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the catch. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He'll try to do it himself. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together.
QB's got to be able to play on so many different levels. They got to read coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of downs, a new set of problems for this defense.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now on second down. Wants to go up top. Using his feet to buy time. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Clemson set up with another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Gets it out fast. Breaks into the open.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly, great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some minute.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
Defensively, with all the space now in spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth, and the stage will be set for a great finish. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Almost in, but they'll say he didn't make it, inches away from the touchdown. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football,
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted.
Continues to fight for yards. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing. And
there he goes. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
you want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that.
Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
A lot of times when you think about speed back, speed, you think on the edge. You don't think in between the tackles. You don't think about breaking tackles. They try to break your ankles. The problem is when you're trying to run there as fast as you possibly can, a lot of times you don't get to put a good hit on him, and in turn you see he breaks tackles and make big plays.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
The clock stopped. 2 minutes left to play in this one. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Now second down, and it's as if this crowd senses they can help them get a huge stop. Got his man quickly. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Well, this defense is trying to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working though. That last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Touchdown, Tigers! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm, and in this fourth quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Scanning the field, it's West. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I just love the awareness there, understanding where he is. He didn't get the first down, but he gets out of bounds. He knows he has a timeout in his back pocket. So he's still putting his offense in position here to drive the field, score, and win this game.
Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Clay. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. They'll send the back in motion. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. That's caught. It's Henderson. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Back to pass, it's West. Pocket breaking down. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Clock clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Here's the handoff. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Gets it out quickly. Turning it on. He'll be run out of bounds at the 14.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
The Tigers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Scrambling away. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
They got the touchdown, guys, but I don't know if they're going to be able to even get a playoff after this onside kick attempt. If they recover it, they're going to have to do it super quick to give themselves a chance for the Hail Mary into the end zone to win.
Big point after here, looking for the tie late. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Makes a grab for a big play. Timeout is called and the clock is down to 8. One big play and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Looking to throw on first down. Bringing the heat. Complete to the left. They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. And this will be for the win. And they'll send out the field goal unit. It'll all be decided right here. Win or lose on this kick. It's good, and that's your ball game. What a battle this game was. Went right down to the end. #1 team in the land.